Welcome back to our PCM 25 career mode with Sirocco for Endurance, and so far, it's been a fantastic journey. In the last episode, our team won so many races, 4 stages at Itzulia Basque Country, that is ridiculous, but also the GC. And that one I did not expect. We also ticked off 2 more sponsor objectives, the Vuelta Asturias podium, and next to that, the wildcard for La Vuelta. But as you can see, there's one more left on the table, the Tour of Slovenia. We need to get a top 10. And that is one of the races we'll take on today. But you might remember, in the last episode, I opened my first transfer dossier with Jakob Omerzel, a Slovenian talent. And today, I want to start off by looking at the transfer market and seeing which other riders I also want to sign. Honestly, next to Omerzel, the Slovenian market is not exactly too crazy. But after his fantastic season so far, we just can't let Mateusz Govekar go. So there we go, Mateusz Govekar, transfer dossier opened. But I'm not exactly fussed about re-signing Steinar yet. He still has to prove himself. Matej Mohoric is an option, but stats-wise, he's kind of washed. And I feel like PCM needs to add a feature in the future that makes all the riders more attractive. Like a rider personality called leadership that gives the rest of the team extra morale or something. Because, well, at the moment, Mohoric is not exactly worth it for us. Next up, I want to take a look at Spanish riders, and there's a lot more available. A Spanish wonder kid is Adria Pericas, 18 years old, already 75 medium mountain. This rider becomes one of the best climbers in the game. But we've got a similar rider in Jakob Omerzel, so I think I'll skip Pericas for now. One rider I certainly won't skip is Hector Alvarez, cobble talent from Spain. If you watched my last career mode on PCM 24, you know this man. Not exactly the greatest stats yet at 18 years old, but 5-star potential and 4.5-star potential in Northern Classics. And let's be honest, there's not exactly a luxury of cobble riders in Spain, so we have to add him. By the way, I know that Hector's already on 100% interest, so I don't necessarily need to open a dossier with this man at this point throughout the year, but I like doing so because I want to see an overview of the riders I want to sign. It just makes it easier for me. I think I definitely want to re-sign Markel Bellocchi after his wonderful O Gran Camino race. He's also talented, 19 years old, 70 plus on 5 stats. Not exactly the highest potential, 4-star only, but he's always gonna be a solid domestique. So yeah, Markel Bellocchi, open dossier. I am actively considering signing Juan P. Lopez, El Patron, 77 medium mountain, 76 mountain stat, time trial though. But I think I like his age. Yes, he's 27, so he won't exactly grow stats from here, but he also won't deteriorate yet. Basically, he's got a good 3 years left in him. Honestly, I think I'll do it. Juan P. Lopez? Why not? Let's join Sirocco for Endurance, buddy. There we go. Okay, 5 riders added to the list, and I'm actually quite happy with my list, so that's great, but we have spent most of our dossier points, so we gotta confirm it. That's it for now. Ola has our scout delivered once more. Jakob Dizdarevic, Slovenian man once again, 5-star estimated potential, once again cobble, so Slovenian cobble riders are growing everywhere. Let's investigate this man further. Also, my boy Leitao is a bit unhappy at the moment, very unhappy, because he has no races on the schedule, but that is about to change. It is time to give Leitao what he wants, 4 sprint stages at the Tour of Hungary. That is perfect. And the last stage is a mountain stage. Oh wow, Niels Polit is the favorite for this sprint stage, so the sprinting field here is not exactly fantastic. And our man Mr. Leitao is third favorite. By the way, our GC leader for this race is Markel Bellocchi. Honestly, I just love playing through these smaller races on PCM 25, especially with the World DB, because it adds so much more teams like AC Sparta Praha, and it makes the gameplay so much more immersive. Last 4.5 kilometers, Marcos Ferrer can take over from Tavares. Paul right in the wheel, then Leitao. Come on, sprint train. This is your moment. We've got lots of other sprint trains trying to create, and actually, they're flying past me in the last 2.5 kilometers, so our position is far from perfect. Paul Wright can try and sprint Ferrer out of the way. Leitao's ready to launch right now on the right side of the road. Bah! Wright's blocking him in, but might he come out still? It looks like he will. Yuri Leitao takes it on stage 1 of Tour de Hungary ahead of Anders Voldager and Michele Gazzoli. For a second there, it looked like we got completely blocked by our own lead out. But in the end, Yuri Leitao delivers his first stage win for our team this season. And actually also the first time that a rider outside of Govekar and Romeo wins a stage for our team. But hopefully not the last one in this race. But first, some great news. We are getting a wildcard for Classica San Sebastian, so another World Tour race. But also some bad news. Mateusz Govekar is so popular on the transfer market that his agent has decided to increase his dossier points from 6 to 8 points, which to be honest is not a big deal. Actually, it looks like 6 more dossier points have become available, so let's look at the transfer market again. Instead of Slovenia, I took a look at the Slovak Republic, and Matthias Schwarzbacher is available on the market, basically a second coming of Peter Sagan. That being said, in the game, not exactly that talented, 4-star potential, only 4.5-star in Northern Classics, already 73 cobble at the age of 19, so I think I still want him. 3 dossier points only, so there we go, I'll do it. I'm actually not completely sure that I want to re-sign Andro Kamika because our man is 32 years old, and I think he's going to start lowering in stats pretty soon. So we need to find a replacement. Actually, I think we found our man, Abner Gonzalez, ex-Movistar rider, Puerto Rico, so our first rider from the American Peninsula. Not exactly super talented, 3.5-star potential, but 24 years old, so a younger version of Okamika. But he is 5 dossier points, and I can't afford that, so I have to wait. Anyway, back to Hungary, once again a sprint stage. Last 14 kilometers, sprint train coming to the front. On the right side, the Bahrain sprint train, next to us the Astana one, and on the left the UAE one, so the big teams are here, including us. Struggling a little bit at the moment to get to the front with my train. I'm now trying to go 99 with Tavares on the right side of the road, Fraile in the wheel, and Giselle on Leitao. Come on, team. Ay. Completely blocked into the last 2 kilometers. Right can launch right now. Come on, get past. Last kilometer incoming. We've saved it. Launch before the corner with Leitao. Launch before the corner. How are we so blocked in suddenly? Come on, come out. Wherever you are. There you are, Leitao. Come on. Bruto Meso on the right, but Yuri Leitao does it again. 2 out of 2N. That was a stressful one. I thought we lost that. It is always the case that a rider can't win for a certain period and then one victory comes and the floodgates open. 2 victories. At this race, I'm not exactly surprised that we win the sprints because the rest of the sprinters are worse than us, so we should be winning these sprints. Next up, once again, a sprint stage. 10 kilometers to go, the breakaway is about to be caught, a super wide road, perfect position, I am ready for number 3. 4.3 kilometers to go, right can go on the right side of the road, Tavares can go away, Leitao in the wheel of Freire, who's having a fantastic day with +3 on the day, sprint train of Astana on the right, last 2 kilometers incoming, Freire can launch right now on normal effort cursor, sprint right now, Leitao in the wheel, not exactly in the wheel, we're kind of blocked in this time around, come on Leitao, try and come out, it won't work, or will it work, Bruto Meso on the right, Engelhardt on the left, Leitao in the middle, Leitao with the W, number 3 in a row for Yuri Leitao, he keeps on winning, and every sprint is super close. In the last 2 sprint stages, our leadout has definitely not been amazing, but the outcome was a super close sprint every time, and at the finish line, Leitao wins. Anyway, stage 4, one more sprint stage. Honestly, I think the breakaway is going to win this stage because I wasn't chasing it, and there's 7 riders up the road, 49 seconds with 4.5 kilometers to go, so I think they've got it, unless I can reel them in right now last minute. 99 on Tavares, and Giselle way too late on everybody. Come on, Freire, 99, buddy, 99. What if I do an attack right now towards their wheel? There we go with Mr. Freire can launch already. I will launch early with right as well. There we go. This is a mistake. This is a big mistake. I'm going way too early. Can I switch to the wheel of Erik Vetter maybe? Does he have a sprint? Yes, he does. Please. Oh, no. Oh, no. Leitao on the right side of the road, but we are not saving this. We're definitely not saving this. Boros is winning this stage. Drisners comes too late as well. Polit comes too late, but most importantly, Mr. Leitao comes too late at the finish line, so no number 4 for our man. I was panicking about the breakaway, so I launched too early with my lead out, and then I realized, okay, I'm launching too early, so I put my sprinter in the wheel of Vetter, who then stopped sprinting, and everything just messed up. Anyway, the sprint stages are behind us. Now it's time for the only mountain stage in this race. And the start list is actually quite strong. Pavel Sivakov, Fortunato, Torres, Dunbar. That's proper World Tour riders. I've got Markel Bellocchi with 70 mountain and Unai Ramos with 71 mountain. So daily form will decide who's our leader. Actually, a +3 on both Ramos and Bellocchi. Bellocchi with 74 mountain, Ramos with 75, but the secondary stats on Bellocchi are better. So I think I'll go for Ramos though, because he does not get many opportunities. Okay, the climb has begun. This climb is not exactly too steep. 15 kilometers at 5.1%. Someone attacking on the left? No. They're going for the intermediate sprint points on the middle of this climb, so they're gonna be tired after that. Attack on the left side of the road, Eulalio, and he instantly stops, so bit of a weak attack. We are at the front of the peloton, so I'm very happy about our position. Okay, last 4 kilometers, steep part is starting. My team is exactly at the front of the group, so absolute perfection. Am I spending too much energy on Ramos? Maybe attack on the right side of the road. Mare is going for Unibet Titama Rockets. We've got Yui on the left side ready to attack as well, I think, but that man has a gap. That man has a proper gap. What should I do here? I think I'll wait for Scaroni to try and close it. Should I go with Belocchi? I think I might go with Belocchi right now. Let's do an attack on the left side of the road, 99. Come on, man. Get through, get through, get through. Ramos is... Oi. This was not my plan. This was not my plan. I lured the others out, and now Ramos is on a back foot. That is not perfect. Last kilometer. Come on, Ramos. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep on pushing. Belocchi will finish higher. Belocchi will finish higher. We're going to finish second here, but Adrien Mare is going to win for the Titama Rockets, and we finish third behind Sivakov as well, so not exactly ideal. Then again, I should not complain. We finish on the podium. This was the only mountain stage in this race, so the winner of the stage is also going to be the winner of GC, Adrien Mare. That said, this race does show that my attack with Belocchi was a better strategy than my pacing with Ramos. Anyway, not a surprise, but Yuri Leitao also brings home the points classification. And 3 stage wins, so a pretty successful race. Oh wow, 18,000 euros of prize money for the Tour de Hungary? That's a lot. Our next race, Grande Premio Internacional Beiras e Serra de Estrela. What a name, Jesus. Has 3 stages with lots of elevation meters. Starting off with a versatile sprint and another versatile sprint followed by a mountain stage. But I can't send Govikar to every single race throughout the season, so I'm sending Leitao to this one even though the parkour doesn't exactly fit him. And I think Omar Fraile is gonna be our GC leader. Anyway, stage 1 is set to be for punchers, but I think this might be the one that Leitao might survive. So let's give it a try. In the last 27 kilometers on this steep hill in the middle, and our team is surviving. That's the only thing I can describe what is happening. Leitao getting over the top in the peloton, so that is perfect. Last 4 kilometers, and we have to remember that the sprint is uphill. Ramos going 99 on the flat here, but then Fraile can't go all out on the climb, otherwise I will burn Leitao. 95 now on Fraile. Ramos out of the way, there we go. Don't go too hard, don't go too hard. Leitao looking good, Leitao looking fantastic right now. Wright can launch the lead out right now. Leitao is gonna launch late on the cobblestones actually, but we're gonna win this easily. We're going to win this easily. It's an uphill sprint, so it's broken in PCM, but it's gonna be Wright versus Leitao. Paul Wright is going to overtake his leader. Paul Wright is going to win in Portugal, and the Portuguese fans, they will be very unhappy because Yuri Leitao was about to win in his home country. And actually a proper gap behind Fraile, so that's great for GC. So yeah, a 1-2-3 for the team once again. These uphill sprints are so broken. Simply said, if you have a lead out, you always win easily. And in the process, Omar Fraile takes 20 plus seconds for GC, so that's amazing. And actually, stage 2 is basically the same, an uphill sprint, so I should win this easily. Entering the last 10 kilometers, and Leitao has fantastic form, a +2 on the day, so we cannot lose this stage. Last 2 kilometers on the hill, 90 over the top, come on, 99, there we go. Fraile in the wheel can lead out, or actually, he can sprint himself right now with Leitao in the wheel. Leitao can also sprint. What's it gonna be? We've got Antunes on the right, but Yuri Leitao comes around again and he wins. And of course, in his home country. To be fair, that sprint was not broken. It was a flat sprint, so a perfect win for Leitao. Anyway, 2 victories for the team in a row. Let's try to make that 3. It's actually a massive mountain, something like 27 kilometers, but downhill to the finish line. I am quite surprised that Fraile is not on the list of favorites, but that man is gonna win. I can feel it. Nice, Fraile starting off with a +2 on the day, so 75 mountain stat. That is perfect. Okay, last 50 kilometers, and the big climb is starting. 29 kilometers at 5%. I've actually got my team pacing at the moment because the breakaway has 6 minutes 30, and I think that's a bit much, so I want that gap lowered. The first 10 kilometers of the climb are behind us. The tempo in the peloton is significant, and our domestiques are basically done for, so it's only Wright, Fraile, and Ramos. The gap to the break is only a minute, so it's melted. I feel like a climb this long is all about energy management, so I'm trying to spend as little energy as possible. I want so much yellow bar. Fraile is struggling at the back of the group, and someone has attacked at the front. We've got 2 2 riders of the front, 4 riders of the front. We've got Jesus David Peña, Garcia Pierna, Fagundes. Those are not exactly the riders I want to give any time. The favorite for the stage has also attacked. Jose Manuel Diaz now at the front of the race, and we are a minute 40 behind, but I'm hoping they are overextending because otherwise I won't be able to close it. Diaz has now dropped everybody at the front of the race. Morera dropped, Garcia Pierna dropped, and I am closing in 55 seconds, but I don't have much energy. Let's do 75. Come on, Fraile. Someone attacking on the right side of the road. Let's try and follow that. Last kilometer to the top. I'm trying to close the gap to Diaz. I'm not going to be able to. The gap is 10 seconds over the top, so hopefully I can descend to his wheel. Come on, Fraile. Use that 77 downhill stat, and yes, indeed, we are in the wheel of Diaz. And actually, there goes the attack. There we go. Omar Fraile attacks. Diaz tries to follow. 1 versus 1 on this hill, and he makes it over the top in our wheel. If I stay with this man, I've got GC in the back, so that's great, but I also want to beat him for the stage, and well, an uphill sprint, that fits Fraile. Last 3.7 kilometers, Diaz is in my wheel. Let's hope he takes over pretty soon, or should I just sit in his wheel now? There we go. Let's switch to his wheel. Diaz takes over with 2.1 kilometers to go. Come on, Fraile, get ready, get ready, get ready. I want to be ready to sprint at about, I don't know, it's uphill to the line, so, ooh, he's stopping, he's stopping. Last kilometer, I'm gonna launch before the corner. I'm gonna launch early. There goes Fraile. Diaz in the wheel. Did I go too early? I think I went too early. Diaz on the left side of the road is gonna pass me. I bottled the sprint. I can't believe it. Jose Manuel Diaz wins the final stage, but Fraile takes home GC. I'm sorry, bud. Can we talk about the fact that Burgos Burpellet BH finished 1st, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th? These super teams must be stopped. Anyway, 2 stage wins and Omar Fraile brings home GC, so a perfect ending. I am quite surprised that our prize money for that race is 15,000 euros. That's a lot of money for a race that is not exactly the biggest. Talking about our winning man, Omar Fraile, I think his mountain stat went down. I think it was 73, now it's 72. Anyway, I guess it's a good thing that he's retiring before he's completely washed. Ooh, small update on our scouting. Jakob Dizdarevic, he was 5-star estimated potential. Turns out he's only 4.5-star, which, that's still a competent rider, but not a wonder kid. Our next race is the Tour of Estonia. 2-day stage race, both flat stages, basically a Juri Leitao farming race. Actually, he's not the favorite. Matthias Kopetzky is. Nonetheless, we will beat that man, so let's go. Starting off with a +3 on Leitao, so 76 sprint stat, that is a fantastic start. Last 3.5 kilometers, Markel Belocchi is our man pacing at the front of the group right now. Come on, guys, come on, guys. Right in the wheel. Why is Belocchi here, by the way? There's not a single mountain in this race. Paul Wright with the lead out. Leitao gets blocked into the last kilometer. Launches on the right side of the road. We've got Lasso on the left side. Leitao's gonna run out of energy, but is easily going to win this race and celebrates on the line. Juri Leitao wins in Estonia. I'm sorry, but Matthias Kopetzky who? A pretty disappointing 6th place for the man, but Juri Leitao delivers again. And actually, because the Tour of Estonia is basically 2 sprint stages, Juri Leitao could win GC here. Wait, for some reason Juri Leitao is not in the top 10 favorites here. Is it because this race is classified as a cobble parkour? Even with cobbles, Leitao should survive this. I think we're about to get a preview of the last kilometer after this corner here. This is the cobble sector, and at the end of the cobble sector, that is the finish line. So it's basically a slightly uphill cobble sprint. As long as we start our sprint before that final corner, we should be fine.
12 seconds later.
Oh my god, Leitao just punctured. What do I do now? Like, it's less than 10 kilometers to go, so getting him to the front will be quite difficult. Come on, Schumacher, this is your moment. 99 to the front, buddy. 99 to the front. Can I attack to the front? I might do that. There we go. Is that losing Leitao energy? Not exactly at the moment. Our sprinter at the front is getting ready for a ride just in case, and I think it's gonna be for Paul Wright because Mr. Leitao is not back yet, and I don't think he'll make it. I don't think Leitao will make it because the rest of my teammates are in Narnia. Come on, Ramos. Get to the front, get to the front, get to the front. Last 3 kilometers, 99 on Freire. It's gonna be for Wright. It's gonna be for Wright. Leitao tries to get to the front, but he's spending too much of his red bar. It's gonna be for Wright. Last 2 kilometers, Belocchi can launch his sprint. Bad position right now. Bad position. Come on, Wright. Come on, Wright. Come on, Wright. Oh, this is awful. This is awful. Sprint already. Way too late. Way too late. I am launching my sprint then. There's just no way I can come past. I panicked and I failed. Lishka wins. Don't know who that is, but we finished somewhere in the top 10. with Beloki and Wright. And I think that result might have lost us GC. Yeah, Yuri Havik is the new GC leader and this was the last stage, so GC over, Leitao gets third. I could have played that a lot better though. I was so focused on trying to get Leitao back to the front, which was near impossible, that I basically didn't focus on pole right enough. Anyway, 6th place and 8th place, we can't win everything I guess. But as a consequence, a meager 4.5k prize money, so not that much. Financially, we have now survived until June, but the rest of the months aren't looking that great. Very red, so bankruptcy imminent. And in our transaction list on the right, we can see that we spend about 70,000 euros per month now on salaries. And on the bottom, we've only got 42,000 in the bank. So 70k minus 42k, that's 28k. We have to get 28k in prize money in June to survive. Because on July 1st, we have to pay our next salaries. Anyway, sounds like a challenge. On a very different topic, transfer dossiers, we finally have enough transfer dossier points to open a dossier with Abner Gonzalez, so there we go, that's done. Should I do that though? Is Abner Gonzalez worth 5 dossier points? Actually, I won't do it. There we go, he's gone. I was trying to avoid signing Adria Perikas because we already signed him in our previous career mode on PCM24, but he is literally the best option. 5.5 star potential with 6 star potential in stage races, so a super wonder kid. Let's be honest, it would be stupid not to sign him, so there we go. Anyway, our final race for today is a super important one. The 5-day Tour of Slovenia, starting off with 2 sprint stages, then a Mateusz Govikar stage, then a proper mountain stage with twice the Kolovrad climb, 12k at 8%, so a proper climb. And lastly, once again, a Mateusz Govikar stage. And the Tour of Slovenia is actually our final sponsor objective. We have to get a top 10 there, which honestly should be super easy. Ivan Romeo is at the start line, and he's in great form, in a fitness peak. And of course, as I said, Mateusz Govikar is gonna be our sprinter. And actually, competition-wise, I reckon we can dominate this race. Actually, it looks like the road goes uphill from 5 to 2 kilometers to go and then downhill to the finish line, so we might have to launch early. Entering the last 10 kilometers as we speak, but for some reason I am nervous about this race. I don't know why. Govikar is well positioned, so it should go well. Last 3 kilometers, about to go into the downhill, so Frale can go 99, Romeo can launch early right now after this corner. Govikar is ready to launch early as well. Frale out of the way, come on Govikar. This is your moment, launch right now with 1.3 to go. On the left side of the road, Govikar comes past, we've got Pinazzi on the right, but Mateusz Govikar wins stage 1 of the Tour of Slovenia. Exactly what I wanted. I think it's because the Tour of Slovenia is just such an important race for our sponsor that I was nervous about this one, but our man delivered, so I can't be happier. I wonder how many victories Govikar has so far this season. Turns out 16 victories, the most winning rider in the world. Ahead of Jasper Philipsen with 14 victories and Yassin Hamza with 13 victories. Fun fact, Yassin Hamza is also one of the most winning riders in real life with 12 victories at the moment this season. Anyway, time for stage 2 then. Once again a sprint stage and the favorite is Mateusz Govikar. So last 13 kilometers on the Jerusalem climb. We've got a small climb right now but also an uphill sprint, so we gotta keep that in mind. Last 4 kilometers split in the peloton as well. 28 riders only in this front peloton. Frale out of the way, Finch is ready with a solid 73 sprint on the day, so that's fantastic. Last 2k, I will launch my sprint a bit late right now. Govikar is way behind. Oh, there's a roundabout. Really? I'll launch right now. Govikar, 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 Govikar. Finch, get out of the way, Finch. Get out of the way. Oh, without Finch, maybe it happens, but no. Rajovic wins ahead of Skerl, and we've got Govikar in 3rd position. Dylan Finch, my boy, why did you block us? Anyway, 3rd place it is, but no gaps in the peloton. That is kind of a surprise, because there were definitely multiple groups. Anyway, stage 3 then, time for revenge. Mateusz Govikar on a Mateusz Govikar stage. So, 14k to go on the final climb of today's race. My train is at the front of the peloton in complete control, so we're looking good. Beloki, Frale, Romeo and Govikar with a -2 on the day, so that's a bit sad. Over the top with some attacks on the left side of the road, but I won't respond too harshly. I'm just trying to keep my train at the front of the peloton here. 13 riders off the front, so that's intriguing. Last 4 kilometers, the whole peloton is back together, but our sprint train is on the rails and looking fantastic at the moment. Romeo's gonna do the lead out. Frale on 99 right now to keep us at the front. Come on, Romeo. Next up is you, behind the next corner. Quite a few corners here, so that's a bit sketchy, but Govikar in the perfect position. Another corner right there, so I want to launch early right now. We've got Miguel in our back wheel, and Govikar is going to win easily, so that is perfect. Romeo with a podium and bonus seconds? No, I don't think so. He gets 4th. By the way, I can't be the only one that thought that this guy's name was Miquel Po. Turns out it's Po Miquel. I'm sorry, but that's a bit confusing. Anyway, the sprinters era is over, it's now climbing time. Twice the same climb, the Kolovrat climb, and it's actually a hard climb. Of course, our man for GC is Ivan Romeo, but he's not in the favorites list, so it's time to prove the game wrong. Okay, starting off with a +3 on Ivan Romeo, so 78 mountain stat. I feel like we're gonna cook today. I think I want to send Beloki in the breakaway as some kind of satellite rider, but I'll wait until the first climb here to make my move. Okay, the climb is starting. There goes the attack from Beloki, and we've got Wagner Bazin pacing in the peloton. We've got a rider from Factor Racing trying to close us down, but Wagner Bazin, they won't close us down. Honestly, the Kolovrat climb is actually a really hard climb, and don't forget, we have to get a top 10 in this race, GC-wise. Oh, Beloki is suffering trying to get in this breakaway at the moment because they keep on riding ahead of us, but I think I made it. There we go, we're in the second group now. Oh no, these guys are not pacing because they're out of energy. I caught up with 3 riders that are empty, and now I'm back in the peloton. Wagner Bazin, they won't close us down. Well, that was a bit silly. Guess I'll try with Frale instead. There we go, into the breakaway. Come on, Omar. This might be the moment. We had an attack by a Politico Meta rider and 2 other riders into the breakaway, and now we seem to be off, so Frale in the breakaway. So, the fast Kolovrat has begun for the 5-man breakaway. Frale is in here with a minute 40 on the peloton led by Total Energy, and they are pacing for their leader, Stef Cross, so understandable. I've got Romeo relatively well positioned. I gotta make sure I survive this climb. The peloton is pacing so incredibly fast halfway on the climb on the steep section, and the group of Frale has been caught, so that was shockingly fast. 4 kilometers to the top, we don't need to do anything rash, just stay in position and stay safe. That is the goal for this climb. There we go, over the top of this fast climb, now try to recover. In the flat valley now, Romeo back with full yellow energy, and Steinar is pacing at the front of the peloton to put some pressure on the more pure climbers in the group. Cause well, Romeo has 78 flat stat on the race, so I might as well use it. I think I want to ride offensively here. Beloki in the wheel of Frale, Steinar can protect Romeo, and I'm gonna pace with Romeo from the foot, protected of course, and that's not working because other domestiques from other teams are pacing harder. That being said, I really want to attack on the steep section, so I'll do that. On the steep section as we speak, Romeo is ready to attack. Right, let's do it now. There we go, energy gel triggered, so that is perfect. We've got no one in the wheel, 85 pacing. Did we deal the ultimate blow here? I think we did, because no one's coming. Ivan Romeo is flying up the Kolovrat climb, and the gap is 40 seconds. Rainer Keplinger is pacing. Boulderstone on the right. Gutierrez for Kern Pharma, but they will not be getting close. 2.5 kilometers to the top. The gap is 40 seconds on an attack by still Rainer Keplinger, but he's not gonna come any closer. Romeo will take it. Last kilometer to the top, running out of yellow bars, so a perfectly timed attack. There we go. About to come over the top, out of yellow bar, red bar spent as well, and 99 into the descent. Come on, Ivan. Keep on flying. The chasing group is 3 riders, Stef Kras, Sosa and Storer, but they're a minute 30 behind this man. Ivan Romeo is flying to the victory and the GC win at the Tour of Slovenia. Last kilometer is right here out of red bar, but that does not matter. A minute 40 for Romeo. He's gonna win the stage. That was beautiful. What an attack. Ivan Romeo. A minute 50 on the finish line. That is a big gap. I feel like attacking on PCM 25 is more rewarded than on PCM 24. And of course, as a consequence, Romeo is now leading GC by 2 minutes, so we won't be losing that jersey. Especially because the last stage is a Mateusz Govekar stage, so let's try to win the final stage. So there's a break of 9 riders with 2 minutes on the peloton, and all the other teams are controlling it, so despite being the favorite, I don't have to do anything. And I think that's a bit of a mistake by the game. I should be the one that has to control this. I have the GC and the race favorite. Anyway, the last 13 kilometers are here. One small climb to come. I'll try and push it a little bit on that climb with the likes of Beloki to make the pure sprinters suffer, but if you look closely, the last kilometer has a small cobble sector, so we gotta keep that in mind. There we go. Beloki is pushing on 95 to the top here, 99. Steinar can take over now over the top. Come on, team. Come on, team. Come on, team. Over the top together with Alaphilippe, and the split is not happening in the peloton yet. 83 people. Actually, last 3 kilometers and he split at the front of the peloton. Frale on 99. Romeo is ready to launch as well early on 99 right now. We've got Govekar in the wheel. Romeo can wait to sprint right now. And Govekar should win this easily. Thomas Silva in the wheel. We launch our sprint before this corner. That's an annoying corner, but cobbles have started. And there comes the win for Govekar. We get another victory victory in this stage, and that's a nice way to finish it off. That is, I think, 3 stage wins for KICKR and 1 for Romeo. And of course, the GC win with Romeo as well. I reckon our sponsor will be quite happy with this. We had to get a top 10 in GC, instead we got the victory, so super success, and that makes every single sponsor objective done. Of course, we do have to make sure that we do finish in the top 24 of the team ranking, but we're in 14th at the moment, so we should be fine. A massive 32,000 euros of prize money from the Tour of Slovenia, so that's amazing. Our finances page does say we're still about to go bankrupt, but I think this page is drunk. And actually, Tour of Slovenia brought us to a pretty big milestone for the team. We are the most winning team in the world right now, above UAE Team Emirates, with a massive 36 victories. Most of today's episode was forming smaller sprint races, but I am quite happy about winning Tour of Slovenia. But next episode, we're visiting Mr. Lantern Rouge himself in Andorra for the Andorra Moraban Classica, a mountain one-day race. And after that, lots of national championships, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. But all of that is for the next episode. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye!